Hi Wayne, this is Ryan Reimers. I'm going to shoot this video for you so that I can better explain what exactly I'm trying to do with this garage. So I took the drawing that you sent me and I added a couple of dimensions, but I'm going to further explain this. What this is showing is your drawing, and the right side of the drawing is the front of the garage, the left side of the drawing is the rear of the garage, and the trusses run from front to back. The dimensions you asked for are on the right side 23 feet 10 inches, and on the left side 19 feet 7 inches. And I'm going to back up and explain what those dimensions mean and then what I'm trying to do. So, one more thing would be that the 19 feet 7 inches represents the back half of the garage, which is actually in addition to the original garage. The 23 feet 10 inches represents the depth of the original garage. And those two garages, it's one garage, but those two spaces are separated by a load-bearing wall that I'll show you now. So if we walk back here and look at the house from the front, this is the house as viewed from the front, and here is the original garage, 2 stalls, and the front of it is obviously this exterior wall. The back of the original garage is where that refrigerator and freezer are, behind that white wall that has an opening in it. When they added on, what they did was they added backwards and they also added to the right. So what you see here is a third stall, and that third stall is recessed from the original garage. It's actually the third stall in the 3-stall addition. So what we have is a 2-car garage originally with 3 stalls added on after the fact. If you look up here, you see the roof line. That is the roof line that you drew in your picture, and the apex is up high there. I'm not referring to the apex of this third stall, just the apex of the peak of the original, the peak of the roof, which spans both the original garage and the addition. So I'm now going to walk in here through the 2-stall garage, and as I showed you on the picture, I gave you a dimension for the front part of the garage. That dimension covers from that front load-bearing wall to this load-bearing wall that I'm pointing to right here, this wall that separates those two. In that dimension, the depth of that original garage, 23 feet 10 inches. After that, you go back another 19 feet 7 inches. That is from, again, this load-bearing wall all the way back to the red wall in the back of the addition. So what you drew here is a vertical post that runs up to the apex. Actually, what is happening here is that 19 feet 7 inches that goes from that load-bearing wall to the back wall is actually 22 inches deeper, in this drawing as viewed from the left, than the apex. So the apex is actually not at the point where this vertical beam is. The apex is 22 inches to the right. I'll show you that when we get up there. So now if we go up into the attic, I gotta turn on the light here. What you see is kind of interesting what's going on here. These are the trusses that I drew that go over the top of the part of the garage that I want to vault. If you look off to the right, what you'll see in that third stall is that it's a different set of trusses. But these trusses, this design spans the 2 stalls in the addition that are behind the original 2-stall garage. What I'm referring to here is this vertical post that runs up, and if you look, you see that that post ends by that vent. You have to go another 22 inches toward the front of the garage to get to the actual peak of the roof. And if you look back up here, you see that the original garage has a completely different truss design than the truss design that exists on the addition. What I want to do is vault the ceiling from this center post back to the back of the addition And I want to do it not on the left stall, not on the far right stall, which has it back there in the dark, which has the different truss design, but in this middle stall, which is, I'm sorry, on the right, as viewed from the front of the house, on the right-hand side of that original two-car garage, but behind it. So I want to vault from the back wall to the addition, to that load-bearing wall, which is the addition. I do not want to vault anything in the original garage. So that's what I'm trying to do. And if you view it from back down here in the original, the original view from the floor, I do not want to vault this original garage. I simply want to vault the stall that is over this blue car. I don't want to vault over here, and I don't want to vault over there. And the vault that I would want to do, again, would be from that load-bearing wall over to the back, and it would be 10 feet wide, which means we would be removing 4 of those trusses. Those trusses in the roof are 2 feet apart. So if you look up here again, that truss that you see with the light switch on it, we'd keep that one, but we would remove 1 truss, 2 truss, 3 truss, 4 trusses, which would cover 2 feet, 4 feet, 6 feet, 8 feet, and then we would resume our normal truss design at the 10-foot mark. And that would give me a vaulted ceiling that would go from this load-bearing wall to the back and 10 feet wide going this way. And I think that's the other dimension you're after. How wide? 10 feet. So this truss would stay, but that one would be